I like how they made it different unlike my gas tank. Now we need to do a continuity test on this. Okay, well, so sending unit's intact, so I mean, the only thing it can be is this honking huge fuel pump. It's all discolored. Look at that. It's kind of, never seen one like that before. That's a pretty big pump for a little motor. Alright, well, we're off to the parts store. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, so on this fuel pump job, there's 3 things you're going to need to get. You're going to need to get a fuel pump strainer, fuel filter, and the fuel pump kit. Now the reason why you got to get the fuel filter with it is because for some reason manufacturers won't warranty this fuel pump unless you get the screen and the filter, which makes no sense because the filter, I could see the screen, but the filter's after the fact, so...
Clogged filter will overwork the pump.
Oh, okay. You could get away with it though. You're just making that to a point. As you can see, our main harness, OE harness, is 2 bronze connectors, and this is what we get in the kit. Yeah, they want you to use these butt connectors. I mean, they look pretty solid. Actually, they seem very heavy duty, but, you know, vibration, especially if he drives on a lot of dirt roads like this customer does. So it's just going to be doing this the whole entire time. And then over time, this will just, the wire will just slide out of the butt connector. So we're not going to use this. What we're going to do is we're actually going to solder it and then use industrial heat shrink that's can be used in, what do you say, acid? And
acid, salt, marine.
Salt, marine. So if it's good for acid, then it should be okay for fuel. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to strip your main wiring harness. Cut it right at the tips. And you're going to want to twist your ends. But don't forget to put your wire loom on. Yeah, see, that's gonna be too big, right?
So you inner sleeve them.
Well, we only have 2.
Okay. Let me show you how you're gonna fix this one.
So you're just gonna interlace them?
That's all you can do, because you have 2 different sizes, but try to get this shoved like way up here so you can stack loop them. Because what'll end up happening, you'll have to do that for your soldered connection and come in on a short, which would be this other side. And you have to run an inner sleeve on this one too.
Which we don't have.
Well, if we cut this down by 2, that'll give us enough for an inner sleeve. So what you got to do is there you go. That's for one side inner sleeve. Then you can take and do your stack. There you go. Some of the joys of aftermarket parts. But I suppose a $300 pump wouldn't be fun either.
I hope black is brown.
If not, orange is the new black. You have to cut it in half, that would be fine too. Okay, one thing you gotta note, this is a very dangerous thing with the heat gun because you're still working with active vapors. As you can see, we got a heat shield there, and please note the direction that we are blowing away from the vapors. be careful. You know, I just, when I do this stuff on camera, I make it look easy, but this is one of those times where I'm going to say, be careful. You work at your own risk, obviously. You know, but proceed to what we're trying to do here is keep the heat away from the vapors that are still in the sending.
So now this is the time to retest your connection, make sure that you have continuity between your positive and negative lead on your pump. Some pumps are self-grounded. This one, however, is not and does actually have its own ground pin. Yeah, with GM, they don't put that nice little hole there for you to have that option. Can we get a close-up of that one here? Yeah. When it's done, it should look like that. I'll give you guys a good close-up. And you'll notice there's a stopper there too. I'll put an arrow on it now. It's only about as far as you're going to get it down via the backside. You don't want these coming off, obviously, in the tank. Suck up dirt, and then this pump's done. I love things that snap.
Okay, now when you do the clamp, you want to do it right before the bib. What I mean, the bib is the part that overlays, kind of creates a bead. You want to do it right under there. Yeah, I'm getting a little high off gasoline, so. Oh yeah, and it's also good when you stick the second clamp on. You stick it in the opposite, so that way they're diagonal. Because if not, you'll get a leak. Now, people probably disagree with me, but I've installed many fuel pumps and have figured out the do's and do nots.
Yeah, we got the best of both worlds on this channel, the young and the old. 25 years experience myself, and a young technician that's learning the new ways of doing things. It's kind of neat to watch.
Now you'll know when you get it, when it's good and tight, when the hose doesn't move anymore. And then you just give it a little bit extra tightness, not too much.
Yeah, make sure that your float can go up and down without hitting the wires. Maintain the accuracy of your fuel gauge.